Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda, and don't miss this Monday's chat party. Why? It's a very special chat party.
I'm nervous.
Me too, a little bit, but I'm trying to be like, it's not a big deal.
Right.
Anyway, Xerxes and I will compete against Keith and Kyle in the Newlywed Game. Now, last time we mentioned this, we were live, and I saw the chat on YouTube, and they were like, what did I miss? I'm like, yeah, we all got married. And now we're just playing games together. Right. The Newlywed Game is an old TV show. We're going to have Andrea look for questions, so none of us will know what questions are coming up. That's this Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Do I need to say anything else?
A song will play on the radio, for example, and I go, that's our favorite song.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just test each other from now until then. I'm like, Xerxes, what am I like in the morning?
Right.
What would you say is my number one characteristics when I'm angry?
I'm showing her the deodorant I'm putting on. I don't know what the questions are going to be.
It's like we're studying for the immigration test.
Right.
What color is my toothpaste or toothbrush?
So July 15th. That's when it'll be. We'll also be celebrating the release of my 16th album.
Which, of course, you already have at keithandthegirl.com/album because this is it. This is it. I know I said that all week, but this is the last episode before the results come in, so you got to get it now.
That's right. It's called I'm Dating Your Mom.
Because he is.
I'm very proud of it, and find out if it is your mom. Today's guest, host of Unguided Nations, my buddy, your buddy, Richie Tolway. Hello, Richie.
Hello, friend of the people here. How you doing?
Good, buddy. You how are you doing in general? Whenever you're on, we talk about how you ebb and flow with depression, that kind of thing. But you seem bright.
Yeah, bright and sunny and happy.
Am I right or wrong?
He seems bright?
Yeah, he seems happier than he normally does. You don't think so?
What's dark in your life that he seems happy?
Jesus Christ.
Sometimes he's pretty mopey. I don't know. He looks...
No, I think he's got it together, is what you're saying.
I have no problem digging in. I think that's the thing. Sometimes we just dig in real deep. And then when I walk away, I'm like, well, I don't know if that's an accurate representation of my life. We just dug into some real deep, weird shit.
Right.
But anyways, no, I'm doing well.
Well,
doing really great. I just got an apartment.
You have an apartment you're proud of. I saw some pictures.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Posting thirst traps. It's no pictures of me, just the apartment I live in.
It's like, look, I live alone in NYC.
Yeah,
right.
What up? Look at the loft that I live in. That's a king-size bed.
Oh,
Half of the
shit.
bed is just for the charging cords for my phone. It's been unused.
Are you dating now?
I've been dating, yeah.
Okay.
Been dating a few people.
What's it like out there?
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. I don't know. I got on Hinge and I was...
What's the special thing about Hinge?
Actually, nothing. It just seems more legit. It seems more like adult, I think. Like,
You're an adult now?
yeah, I'm an adult. I'm a very boring adult.
Is Hinge the one where you have to be a friend of a friend?
Oh.
I don't think so.
'Cause
Not that I know of.
I wouldn't want my friends knowing my business when I'm navigating.
Yeah, but at least I'd be able to have some comparisons. Just you out there talking shit, right? But if I knew who your friends were, doesn't that say a little bit? Think about the circles you
weird.
run in.
Right.
I don't want anybody to know anything about me. No, Hinge, you get to...
That's very telling.
Hinge tells you who likes you up front, that's what I like. It's none of that swipey bullshit. You like someone, and it notifies them. They say, hey, Richie likes you. So you can go check him out. You know, like, it's... I don't know. It seems pretty legit. I was matching with, like, some doctors and shit, and, like... I was dating this one girl. She was, like, a medical device salesperson. But
That's not a doctor.
I know. Well, no, she was in like medicine, and then she like got recruited by sales.
Is that what she said? I was dating a dancer, turns out.
Huh?
She's a stripper.
Oh, yeah.
She's in the medical profession. She's selling you fucking medical equipment.
No,
She's
no.
medical adjacent.
No, it was medical device. Like she sells this thing they use in heart surgery. So like she had to she had to teach herself heart surgery, and then she oversees doctors using their products in heart surgery. So it was like, you know, she's somewhat smart. But either way,
They're like, hey, while you're here, we're doing a surgery. You probably know the equipment better than me.
yeah. But dating when you're like older, I think people carry too much shit in. They just like, you know, like you're in a long-term relationship, you just carry that in. She came in like as if we had been married already. I think like on our 6th date, we were like going mini golfing, and she got mad because she was losing. And then at one point she's like, I just want to be having fun right now. And I'm like, 2 fucking adults on a mini golf course, and one of them says, I wish I was having fun right now. We're 6 dates in. This is way too soon for this shit. I'm out. So.
Well, also, someone getting genuinely mad that they're losing I don't know. I know that
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah, she won the first time we played, and then I went. Here's how I knew it was over: is I was winning the second time, and I was crushing her. She won by 1 the first time we played, and then I was like crushing her, and I was like, by the way, it's PGA rules, so like it's cumulative, you know. So if I win by a lot, it negates your first win. Like just add insult to injury.
And she took that seriously.
I think so.
No, I wish she was having fun.
And I remember being on a date playing pool, and the woman was really getting upset that she was losing, and I'm like, well, this is stupid.
Yeah,
That's
it's
got to
very
be
silly.
a sign, right?
It's a sign that I'm not calling you again.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
because I could see like faking that, and then like I was mentioning in the last show, I like playing those basketball games,
Right.
where the basketball moves and you're just trying to like constantly get it in.
The net moves.
And and let's say we were like 3 games in and we're flirting and whatever. So now I'm knocking the balls out of your hand, ha.
Right.
And if you take that too seriously, then that's a sign to me. Not that I would disturb a game like that, but what if I do?
Sure.
Are you gonna
Yeah.
think of it as a big deal?
Right.
I'm thinking, by the way, speaking of which, my stepson, 11 years old, I have private one-on-one time with him, and I'm deciding what to do in the city.
I wouldn't call it private one-on-one time anymore.
What do parents call it?
I
You're
would just say I'm gonna
babysitting?
go hang out with my stepson.
Okay.
I wouldn't say we have our private one-on-one time.
Well,
I didn't want to say anything, but I'm glad you did.
Well, I'm glad I did too.
I found a cheap rub and tug place.
It's you would think like an 11-year-old is like old enough where you can get him into some shit and you don't have to monitor how he's doing, but you do have to
Wait,
keep
what?
up with like chatting. Like you don't have
You
to
just push him off into the. You're like. Go
like a
out there.
5-year-old, you have to follow him around. You have to see what he's getting into, what he's putting in his
Oh,
mouth.
yeah.
And an 11-year-old, he makes his way
Right.
around New York. He's fine. But what do you do?
I found a bowling place, but it takes an hour train ride to get there, and to me, that's the whole event.
What
The
bowling?
subway.
What bowling place is that far away?
Well, a lot of bowling places won't let kids in after a certain time.
Oh
In fact, most of them won't let them in at all in New York.
because all those stupid adults that are just like babies.
Yeah, but it's not stupid adults. You can either sell to, kids or you can
Yeah.
sell booze after 8.
Yeah, you're right.
How many 11-year-olds are with their not stepdad for 2 hours?
Yeah, you should just get him drunk.
I'm asking if he has a trench coat,
This is nerve-wracking,
fake
though,
mustache.
But I was saying bowling is good though because you don't have to talk to him at all because one of you is always busy. You just like start some conversation, just go, all right, well, and then you just walk away and
Right.
go bowl, and then by the time you come back, it's very.
He's very
Taking
excited
turns.
about Chucky and Child's Play to the point where he's saving money to buy a Chucky doll. And I'm not exaggerating. He's saving his money for a $200, 3-foot tall Chucky doll. He's never seen a Chucky movie.
Oh, you should see it with him so he can stop thinking that's a good idea.
Maybe. He'll be like, oh, this is stupid.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can't take him to that.
To Child's Play?
Yeah.
you should take him to Child's Play.
I'm really debating it.
Oh no, you should for sure.
No, because
That's the only thing that like you talk less than bowling is at a movie.
Right.
here's the other thing. I think you'll gain a lot of points with him.
Yes, because the real dad took him to like Toy Story and sissy stuff like this. Yeah, I'm gonna be the cool dad.
Yeah, but you're going to lose so many points with Kyle. Because she's going to be like, really, the rated R movie because you couldn't find anything else to go to.
But she'll
Is
be
it rated R?
yeah, but she'll be happy that he's so happy. And obviously she wants us to get along. So if he's bragging about me, that's going to make up for anything else. Him murdering people as an adult. I think this would
You
be
should
worth
definitely
it.
fill that stepdad role of like pushing the boundaries way too soon, pissing both parents off simultaneous.
I'm the
Good.
cool dad.
Yeah, be the cool stepdad
Right.
that everyone's like, we're not asking for you to do any of this shit. You're like, but I am. He had his first beer.
Joanne Sanders is watching and listening live on our YouTube channel. Do you have a trampoline park? Those are fun, or a movie? Now, a movie I think is very lazy. This is the first time they're together by themselves. And a trampoline park, I would love for Ricky to go to a trampoline park. He's like, I'd bounce with you, but my knees.
Right.
I can't be the cool dad in this space. And then what? They're both bouncing for 2 hours,
Yeah, it's a long time to bounce.
holding
And-
hands.
And they don't allow kids after 8 because of all the drunk adults at the
Probably.
trampoline park.
Right.
Because adults forget what happens when they jump up and down with alcohol in them.
Do you remember I couldn't see R-rated movies when I was a kid? Did you? And did they traumatize you at the time?
Yeah, so my parents, we couldn't say sucks in my house. Like, it was very clean. And one time I went over to these, this.
By the way, in the house, I ended up saying, I don't know if I dropped something, went shit, and then I covered my mouth like, ooh, and the boy says, that's okay. Mom says it all the time.
Nice.
So that doesn't seem to be a problem, the cursing.
Yeah. But I called my mom one time because my friends were watching Scream on cable or whatever, and I left a voicemail. I was like, they're watching it. I'm just calling for permission. I don't know. I guess we had to do that. And they didn't pick up, so I watched Scream, and my mom lost her shit. She grounded me. She's like, "Did you learn how to hold a knife?" I'm freaking out. She was like, so anti-horror movie, anti-gore.
How old were you?
I was maybe 8, 9, 10.
That is too young, but also it's also too young to be yelling at someone not to be scared. Like, are you scared now?
Right.
Like, yeah, I'm a little scared of you, Mom, a little bit more than this movie.
Well, it was more like gore. She just didn't want us exposed to violence. Like, she was very anti.
And she violently told you that.
Yeah, I guess so. The thing, I mean, it's like, yeah, I found it. I'd seen way worse way earlier than that. So it's like, I don't know.
I saw the Freddy Krueger Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one, when I was like 11 or 12 in the house. And when it was done, I got up to go to the bathroom and I had to pass by a hall, and it did feel like somebody was following me the whole time. And I knew it was fake because I was old enough, but it creeped me out. And I was like, wow, that was a really good movie, because I actually, after the movie was over, was spooked. But it's not like I stayed up at night. I was fine the next day. I understood it as a movie, but I wasn't, and I was sensitive.
Well, I know I'm going to be staying at that place tonight after we hang out. I don't need him coming into the bedroom scared.
I knew of Chucky, and I was afraid of Chucky when I was a kid.
Without seeing the movie.
Yeah, without seeing, or maybe seeing clips of it or something like that.
So what
there was
happened when
we
you
had
were
Are You
scared?
Afraid of the Dark on Nickelodeon, and like those kind of like the ghost stories. They were pretty scary. So I didn't like the unknown. I was always kind of scared of the dark.
But how did it manifest? Did you stay up at night? Did you ask your parents for help?
I think
your
it was
mom
just
sounds
like
like
panic,
she
like
was-
when I was alone. Like I would just freak out, like bumps in the night and all that shit. I would just like really freak out.
And you weren't telling anybody, you were just kind of staying freaked.
Yeah, just staying freaked out.
Yeah, see, that's what I think. He's at that age where he doesn't want to, like, and also I've seen him around Keith, and Keith
Cowering in fear.
That's the thing. Keith looks like he seems like he would be aggressive and like towering over kids and stuff, but the
Yeah.
kid feels very comfortable with him. And so I even saw he spilled a whole bunch of water on Keith's pants by accident. And he was like, "Oh my God, I am so sorry." Like, Keith should respond in a terrible way. And Keith's like, "It's water. It's going to dry." Like, legit, without holding me, like, "Don't worry. It's just water," but, you know, on your face. And the kid is like, "Oh, people can respond that way?" Like, you saw it in his face that
Yeah.
it's like, "Oh, this is a dude that when I spill water won't freak out on me."
Yeah, yeah.
So why, like, in your first hang be like, "But you know what would freak out on me?"
Well, what's funny is not necessarily doing it to get a rise out of the real dad, but he'll be like, Keith was with us at Chuck E. Cheese's. You know, so it's gonna be like, I can spill water on Keith.
Keith never gets mad like you get mad.
It's not even a thing.
Cody Allen says, "Just watch some Faces of Death on the laptop."
He has seen. I've seen him on the computer. They're called death count videos, and they'll do a video on Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it's all the deaths in that movie.
Okay.
Huh.
So
Faces of Death is some fucked up stuff.
Right, not that.
I knew to stay away from Faces of Death. Like, there was some kind of family thing going on, and the kids found a Faces of Death thing, and they were in some other room, and they said Faces of Death, and they described one thing to me, and I was like, I'm not going to be in that room for this. So there's a thing where they bury. Should I even say this? It's so disgusting. They bury either a monkey or a human, and they chop off the top of his head.
Oh, they were eating monkey brains.
so they can
Yeah,
eat the brain.
Ugh.
But I think they're alive while they do it.
they were. Yeah,
And I
the
was
monkey
like,
was alive.
and everyone's so excited to watch this because they
Yeah.
found it, and I'm like, why would I want to
I was
see that?
I was one of those kids. We knew about Rotten.com and Faces of Death and like just gory, horrible shit.
But what? Like, I was even upset that now that see how that stuff doesn't get out of my brain.
Yeah.
I get upset when people even describe it to me.
Yeah.
I don't
I
want
don't
to see that.
I don't know why either. It's like a train wreck. I can't look away. Like the Bushwick accident. Did you hear about that?
No.
The girl that got hit by a cement truck.
Ugh.
I stumbled onto uncensored video of that, and I was like, I clicked it. I was like, why am I doing that? And then of course it was a fucking horrendous video. This woman on a bicycle got hit by a cement truck. she looked like you would expect her to look. And it was like, why am I watching this?
And you watched to the end and then looked for more.
Well, when it got bad enough, I was like, I don't want to see any more of this because it was horrible.
Well, you should see like when there's like an Olympic thing and somebody fucks up and breaks their leg like totally sideways where you're not supposed to. Keith's like, look at this. And he showed it to me and I go, you never show me these things.
Yeah.
Like that was like, why would you call me over to your computer to see this?
Right. Is it my job after Child's Play to say anything like this isn't real? Because I never respected my dad doing that to me. Like, just so you know, a doll can't really, Dad.
Oh, no, you should scare the shit out of him.
It could happen. I don't know everything.
I would just say, like, just be like, I didn't know that movie was like that. That happened to me when I was a kid. I'm just like...
Hey, your mom believes in the power of the secret, so what do I know? I don't know.
Birdie James is writing in, how about an old school arcade? Also, she's writing in Kid Science Museum, but the Kid Science Museum closes at 5. See, here's the thing. You can take kids to stuff in New York all the time. There's stuff during the day, especially in summer, on the weekend. And but at night, the kids going to sleep. Like 7 o'clock, no one's looking for a special bowling place for an 11-year-old.
Well, I think not only that, but there's so many adults that don't have kids that they shut down all the places so the adults can play in them.
Yeah.
Like what was the...
The trampoline?
Not the trampoline park, the one...
The old school arcade.
Old school arcade. They're all bars.
Right.
Like, there is no art. You know, in other places, they have actual arcades. Here, they're barcades everywhere.
Right. Plus, seeing the movie, I got my cargo shorts. So
Go play mini golf.
I can sneak everything in there. I was looking at mini golf places. It wasn't so easy.
Really?
No, because the Chelsea Piers one is closed because it's outdoors and it's raining.
Oh, that's right. That sucks.
And we don't have the space for...
What about laser tag? Isn't there one up in Queens here?
I don't need to run around.
Okay.
Yeah, start bouncing around. I'll be outside. Yeah.
That same
It's like
place...
200 square feet of laser tag. You can't just like kind of walk a little bit with a vest on?
You kind of can get away with it, that place. I just took a tour of it because they have laser and they have paintball and they have an arcade room in there. And I'm
archery.
like, yeah. And I'm like, how are you doing this? It's Queens and you just look like a small warehouse, but it has a bunch of rooms. The paintball, you don't get paint on you. It just hurts like it's paintball.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I'd rather you come back hurt. Mom would love that.
Yeah. But laser tag, these little kids were playing, and I think you can just walk through it. No, it's effort.
I've been getting excited about axe throwing lately, so maybe.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Because you have to, like, as soon as this...
Just make it really dangerous. You know? If he sounds like he's into dangerous things. Don't go straight for the obvious Child's Play movie. Let him see that on his own. But, like, danger. Something involving weapons.
I think I'm going to do Child's Play.
Keith Malley. That is so disappointing.
People
do
say,
it.
right?
Look who's telling you to do it.
Right.
Somebody who just decided he was an adult.
He just got a place. Yeah. So excited. We got to live somewhere.
I live alone. I live alone in a loft with a big couch.
Somebody saw it and they said the murders are more silly than anything else.
Yeah,
Child's Play was always cheesy as hell.
Yeah.
They said it was cheesy. The reviews are it's really cheesy. It's more dark comedy than anything, but that the gore is a high level of blood.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pet Cemetery. That's the last movie I saw. That
Ooh.
shitty remake.
Okay.
It was so bad.
That
Anyways,
sounds scary.
for those of you who are here for the mic check.
I came up with the movie. There's closure.
Cody is saying, get into a bar fight with him.
That's what I'm saying. Get him drunk. Get some weapons. Shank his ass. Show him who's boss. You walk in to the biggest son there.
Right.
You beat the hell out of him to show all the other ones.
Find the biggest teenager. Show your dominance. I'll be around the corner.
But you never think about it. You don't really see kids past 7 in the city. Not unless like they're being dragged on the train somewhere. It's obviously the end of the night. They're
That's
half
because at
asleep.
7 they stopped getting strollered around, so they just stopped moving. They've been pushed in a stroller until they were 7, and then they're like, I'm just going to be on a couch then.
Should I wait? Should we go to the movies? I go, I need a ticket for me and a ticket for this kid, and then judge the worker's face.
And then if the worker's face is like, oh my goodness, then you magically find a better thing to do at that moment. Go to Starbucks across the street.
Then we see Yesterday.
The
Beatles movie.
So he can fall asleep. So you can have nap time with the kid.
No, I would just get him online. It'd be weird to walk up and say, I need one ticket for me and one for this kid, as if you don't know him.
Because
Like you're buying beer for a child. You know, like someone played Hey Mister to see an R-rated movie or something.
Because we're doing one-on-one private time.
Ew.
Excuse me, me and this young boy are doing one-on-one private time. We'd like some seats in the back of the theater, please.
Ew.
I go, what's your name, Johnny? One for Johnny.
I don't think so, Keith. I don't know.
I say go for it.
I think I'm going to go for it.
Go for it.
What did Kyle say when you said maybe Chucky?
At first, she was like, really? And then she said, okay.
There you go.
Boy, she's so flexible as a single mom of 3.
Do whatever you want. Give him an actual knife. Just spend time. Can I do something today?
Just don't hit him if he spills water on you, okay? Please, for the love of God. Everybody I meet beats this kid for spilling water. The kid's got butterfingers. I don't know what you want me to do.
Do you notice we only give him water?
Speaking of butterfingers, now I just want popcorn and candy now. That's the only reason I go to a movie theater.
The popcorn's
Just
great.
to eat 3,000 calories every time.
And then recline.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only go to theaters with those reclining seats now. They're so good.
Go to if you're gonna spend a stupid amount of money to just sit there, go to Dave and Buster's.
I get
You love that place. And then 2 hours flies by.
Then I got to stand by him for each game.
You're gonna play with him.
One-on-one private time.
Well, it's just like bocce. You throw the things into those circles.
Right.
You love that
Skee-ball?
one, yes. And then
Like bocce?
the stupid trivia game that you know you're gonna make him watch you do.
Stand here. I'm doing an
Yes.
adult trivia game.
Yes, and then the Dance Dance Revolution that you're not going to play, but you're going to be like, wow, look at you did that. Oh, those things where like you try to get it on the 100 by just pressing a button.
You know
Those
what?
are a scam.
Yeah, he loves those scams.
Those are scams.
I really don't know if Dave and Buster's is fine
Oh.
for kids at a certain time.
You're right. It's worth a look.
Good
though.
thing R-rated movies are okay for kids at all times. Thank God we don't have to worry about that.
I mean, after the movie, I gotta be like, you can't cry in your sleep tonight. You can't do anything. You can't curse. You can't make knife jokes.
And just to make sure, I'll be watching you.
Right.
Okay. If you wake up, you'll see me outside your window with a knife.
You know, they're bringing up maybe card games on the.
Yeah, well,
Who?
I'll play poker.
Are
sure.
grandmas watching this? You could knit. You could knit a sweater.
11-year-olds love card games.
Birdie says Uno can get real dangerous. But let's say if you go to like a park with him, and he might be too old for a park. Although I don't think so.
Like
That would suck.
like throw sticks and he can go get it.
Yeah. One time when I was like 10 or 11, my friend and I were bored and we couldn't find anything to do, so we played throw the butter knife. And we threw a butter knife at each other across a field like it was a frisbee or something.
Oh my god!
Until it hit me in the ankle at one point and we stopped.
See?
That was the end of throw the butter knife.
A movie sounds safer to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dave and Buster's, you're gonna call at least.
No, I'm going Child's Play.
Really, you're so stubborn.
Call Dave & Buster's. Tell them you're going to Child's Play.
Just let 'em know.
Call Susan, the manager at Dave & Buster's. Be like, hey, we're not going there. We're going to Child's Play.
I go, so kids aren't good there, right? Okay, thanks, bye.
This kid sucks. You don't want this kid there, so just tell me that I can't bring him there. Cool?
Keith Malley.
I say do it.
I say do it too.
Yeah, dude. Let's see how bright these fireworks can get, you know?
Wait, what?
Can the poll be, are people disappointed by Keith? Aw, Keith. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
the poll?
So much guilt.
The episode poll.
Yes.
Last time you had me on there, you asked, like, I think we talked about nothing but, like, depressing shit. And then the question was, did Richie's story make you want to travel the world? And it was, like, 85% no. And I'm like, that wasn't what it was about. You made me feel like a failure. You put me in a room. You're like, kick the ball anywhere you want. And I kicked it one direction. You're like, the goal was that way. And I was like, holy shit. That sucked.
By the way, how you doing
forgot
after that
about
trip?
that. I just remembered that. I was reading. I was like, why the fuck did Richie's story make you want to travel? Of course it didn't.
Well, you know, it could have been the Richie's story make you want to kill yourself, but we went a different direction.
Yeah, at least people would have said yes. I mean, it would have made sense.
Do you keep in touch with that lady you met in Bangkok?
The lady, sorry, that sound probably wasn't pleasant for anybody listening.
You met somebody at an AA meeting?
No, I did. I haven't kept in contact. I actually we were talking on an app called Line, which is what everybody uses.
Lying?
Line, Line. It was just
At least everyone's being honest about it.
no, that's just like their messaging app there. And I realized that when I got back here, I broke my phone, and I thought it transferred over, but it didn't. So I don't have her like number. I think we follow each other on Instagram, but there's a good
you're really
possibility.
trying hard.
There's a good possibility that she messaged me online, and I just didn't respond because I never got it, and now I feel like a dick. But I should probably reach out and be like, "What's up?"
No, it sounds like you're interested.
Right. Well, I mean, no, I'm not. I'm not keeping a long distance relationship for 3,000 miles. But you know, she was nice, and you know, I'd stop to say hi. I also met the South African girl in Thailand. I kept in contact with her. So yeah, there's some people that I talk to still.
Here's a tweet from a couple months ago. I don't know what to do sober. I've been walking around a grocery store touching apples and wanting to die for 35 minutes. Dude, have a drink.
I just tweeted like for the first time I think in months yesterday, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I don't fucking tweet anymore, so I don't know what you're gonna pull up." But
What happened that
I just
day?
haven't posted at all. Like it's been so fun. I got back from just being like so online and everything, and I just haven't posted anything. Even like with my apartment, I was gonna like do some videos about renovation and all that shit. And I was like, I just want to live a life right now. I've just been living and not.
They were working on
Telling
Richie's
anybody.
roof at this new place, and they ended up drilling right through the roof. And then there's tar and shit falling on his bed.
Yeah. I found this apartment on Craigslist, and this guy, he was like, "What do you do for a living?" And I was like, "I'm a plumber, electrician, mover, photographer." He's like, "So you're a hustler?" I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "I can just show you money, but I have no credit. And like,
Right.
I can show you that I earn money." So I got this place, been working on it, dumping so much money into it. I just got it totally done, but there's been this one little leak that they said was fixed. It's just a little steady drip. You know, I'll get like maybe an eighth a cup of water each day.
Okay.
Just a steady drip. And I'm like, fix it. So they had roofers come, and it was like fully done, new bed, all this shit, and a drill. I just hear like little stuff fall in the corner of the room. I look over, there's a fucking drill bit that came down, and I was like, what is this? And then 4 more times it comes through, just dropping concrete everywhere, and then it starts raining, and I'm screaming at the roofers.
But the
not good.
roofers, see, that's your job. You're a called person who fixes roof, and you made they ruined your bed.
They ruined my bed. Yeah, they ruined like so much furniture. They had to send a cleanup crew in and everything afterwards.
What'd they do wrong?
So here's the thing. So in concrete cracks, you can drill parts in. You can drill along the crack, and then you stick something down in there and you inject so that you're sealing way at the bottom of the crack, right?
Okay.
That is a valid thing. They don't have permits for any of this. They didn't know how deep the roof was. It's like a 6-inch concrete roof, maybe 8-inch. They had like a 24-inch drill bit that they're jamming through into my apartment. And so I went up there and started freaking out. And then right when they like knew they were in trouble, they hid the drill. They put it out in the van. Because I'm up there with the building manager. Like the building manager shows up, and I'm like, "This is fucking insane!" And then that's when it started raining, and tar water starts pouring in.
Holy
That's what
shit.
it sounded like.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Why tar
Sound
water?
effect. Because
it's the
they were
roof.
doing tar. They were doing roof tar up there. And so like this tarry water starts pouring in all over my apartment. I have like buckets. It's just like this smelly black oily water.
Ew.
I know. And I go up there and I'm like, "You guys fucking drilled in." And they're like, No. It was a jackhammer. Because if you're jackhammering and stuff falls, that's just whoopsies. You know, we're jackhammering and the ceiling fell. But you drilled into my apartment. That's like grossly negligent of you.
But that's so
And I
funny.
was like, it was a drill bit, dude. And
no
he's
one's
like,
gonna be
"No."
able to tell the difference.
They kick over the ladder and they go on their bellies. Like, we weren't here.
Yeah.
Well, what happened to my roof? I was like that.
Yeah. But they just kept the owner of the company finally showed up, and he like kept saying that it was a jackhammer, and I like showed him pictures of the little hole. Like it's like a bullet hole, you know? Like it's like an
Right.
exit wound where the ceiling collapsed, but there's this little tiny hole for the drill bit. And I was like, "That's a drill bit." He goes, "Yeah, it is."
What are they acting like they jackhammered on the roof?
Well, because they had to take some of the old concrete
I
up.
see.
Again, they were trying to go with like the oops, it's an accident, not we're being grossly negligent about what they're doing. And I'm like, I'm the wrong motherfucker for this because
I studied.
like, yeah, I know this stuff. So I really lost my mind on these people. I was ready to fight like 4 roofers. At one point, the guy was looking at me. I was like, "Don't look at me! Look down at the ground!" I was so mad. I'm so.
No, Richie's the opposite. Don't look at me.
Also, well, no. So I've been gaslit by these realtors for like the last 2 weeks about fixing the leak, fixing all this stuff, the different things, amenities that my apartment was supposed to have. I've been like gaslit. So I was like, and they only say things verbally. They want to always have phone conversations and in-person conversations and nothing in writing. So later on, they're like, we didn't say that. What are you talking about?
Oh, boy.
And yeah, so I was going insane. So I was like videotaping everything. I have like video of me screaming at roofers and shit.
What do you like? How do you approach it?
What do you mean?
You're already angry when you go up to look at them. Walk us through.
No, so I go up there. I go, stop, I'm like, stop drilling or whatever. And then they come down. They're like, we'll fix it. We'll clean it up. They're covered in filth, and I'm like, you're not cleaning it. I'll get someone to clean it. Then when they start lying to me is when I lost my shit.
And how do you lose it out of a like? Were you
I'm
calm?
screaming. No, I was screaming. I was ready to fight them. I mean, not like actually gonna fight them, but I was like,
Are you swearing?
Yes.
Are you like getting personal?
No,
Are you having sex with their moms?
I said, don't effing look at me, you mother effer. Look down.
Now
like,
we're saying effer.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't remember the rules of cussing. Can I cuss?
No.
Okay, well,
He heard
I've been
about this
cussing.
11-year-old son of mine. He doesn't know what to do right now.
Sorry, I cussed a lot. I didn't mean to.
Well, fuck it.
Okay,
For
well,
you, we'll curse
great.
today. Yeah.
But no, I was just screaming because I was so, I'm just so sick of like the runaround with this company.
How are they responding to you?
What do you mean? The roofers?
Yeah.
I
Are
mean,
they screaming back?
I'm not sure. They hardly spoke English, but like they were just lying. Like they were a bunch of like Middle Eastern dudes and they hardly spoke English, but they were lying to me. And I'm like, one guy was doing the talking. The like manager / owner wasn't even on the site. So it was just like 4 workers and they're just lying and they're like negligently ruining my shit. So I was just cussing them out and screaming and everything. But yeah.
Do you know what kind of Middle Eastern?
I don't.
Camden might know him.
Was it Avi moving?
Yeah, I'm trying not to do any accents while I mimic my landlord and the roofing
Did
guys.
they talk like this? Richie, please. What's the big deal? We fix. Look, we dirty. Tomorrow we know what to be dirty.
What is that,
right?
French?
Yes, it's French. You fucking racist.
Yeah, it does sound like a romance language. Doesn't it?
Have some fromage. Calm down.
Here's a story of a Brooklyn woman whose idling car was stolen. She kept her car running when she went into a store.
Go fuck yourself.
So she called the police and said that there's a 6-year-old in her car also.
Stop. Stop.
There, of course, wasn't.
What?
Yeah.
Where'd he go? Did they ever find him? Is he missing?
So they find the car.
That's like the roofers putting the drill thing in the no.
They find the car a couple blocks away, and they go, but we don't have this 6-year-old. And so she's probably like, I'll work on that part. Thanks for the car.
You know what? I found him.
Right.
They must have let him out a block before.
So they go to her house, and he's in their house, in her house.
So she does have a 6-year-old.
Yeah, And it's like, oh, here.
He made it home. Like Homeward Bound.
Oh,
I hope they show a movie of his incredible journey.
Well, she goes in front of the cops. What happened to the robbers? He's like, what? We'll talk about it later. Thank you, officers, for finding my car.
Whoa.
She's 23 years old. Of course, she's in trouble now.
Uh,
We found the car, but not the kid. All right. That's good for now. Let's not focus on it.
Yikes.
She's in trouble?
She's in trouble.
A 23-year-old having a 6-year-old.
Yeah,
already.
she's in trouble for having sex underage.
Okay.
She was.
Okay.
What? She was
23, it's 6, right? Does the math add up?
She was
17?
like 16, yeah.
She
Yeah.
was taken into custody and was expected to be charged with filing a false police report. All right.
I mean, I hope she doesn't do real time. I hope it just scares her into like.
I hope they take away the kid.
I don't know what punishment makes her smarter next time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, which one will be like, now you know not to tell the cops because you're so worried about your car.
I learned a lot.
Yeah.
Here's a story of a serial subway predator. He was busted for sexually assaulting an off-duty traffic cop on the subway after getting out of the slammer just last month for the same crime. He's 67 years old. Giovanni Verdelli,
He hasn't learned a lesson. 67
No.
years old.
a level 2 sex offender who has been arrested more than 70 times, mostly for
What?
sexual abuse.
And he's only on level 2?
Yeah. Now, I don't know if the levels get worse or
He's
better.
got a lot of experience points, it sounds like. He should be up a little bit higher.
It should be level 1 or level 3. I'm not sure how it works, but there's no level 2 for this guy.
It's
Should
like
be like level
DEFCON.
48. Yeah, you should be like prestiging or something like that. Whatever the gamer terminology is for being a sex offender.
It's DEFCON 1, but that sounds like it's calm, but that's the worst kind.
He's shrugged off assaults every time he's arrested. He likes to put his hand under skirts. That's a big thing for him.
Why are we letting him out? Probably because he's just 67. He's just being an old man.
Right. Oh my lord.
When are we gonna learn a lesson on that guy? I would keep touching women if that was my life.
Right.
What's happening to me? Nothing.
Well, this is what I'm saying. You start banning people from the subway. Now, I don't know how you're going to stop them, but at least say they're banned. Maybe they're so crazy, we'll believe it. I guess we can't come on the subway.
That's when he learns a rule.
Yeah.
He's assaulting cops.
Right.
This guy doesn't care.
Yeah.
Speaking of polls, do you remember we put the poll up about banning people from the subway? Mm-hmm. How many public masturbation offenses before one should be banned from the train? I would assume the answer is 1.
Yeah.
1 and you're done. But people thought that was too cruel.
Really?
80% of our audience said 1, 13% said 2, 6% said 3 to 5, so that it really sinks in.
Yeah.
And 1% of people said 6 or more. So they could think 6, they could think more, they could think never.
I just want to be clear.
How about 70 or more?
Catch me once, shame on you. Catch me 3 to 5 times.
I just want to be clear
Maybe
that
this is my thing now.
when someone assaults someone on the train, they don't get busted. They have to do it like 100 times to get busted. Because
Yeah.
we've all, Andrew, you've gotten fucking
Well, I bust every time.
harassed
but-
on the train. Yeah, we all have. Did you ever tell a cop? No. What are we telling a cop? I just got felt up. I don't know by who.
Yeah.
What? And then what?
I got assaulted on the train.
Sorry to leave you
No
out,
joke.
Richie. Tell
No,
us
I
about
did.
you.
No, I'm just saying. I did too.
Like how?
I wasn't trying to make it about me.
I know. I'm
was
just
just
joking.
joining in. I'm just
Richie,
saying, I can-
Everything's okay.
No, forget it.
You
No,
wanna
you're
go
gonna
to-
deny. No, you're gonna say I'm lying. Is that what you're saying?
You want to go to the
Hamda?
movies with Keith tonight?
I was at the barber's the other day, and they brought up some story about. I caught like the middle of a story, and they're like, "Yeah, guys get sexually assaulted too." So, and I'm like, "Oh, am I gonna have to hear this the whole time?" He's like, and the barber's like, "There was a movie. What was it? Some fictional movie, and the woman was seducing, wouldn't let off with the guy. What do you think of that?" I'm like, "Okay,
Yeah, it's all bad.
there's one movie,
That's
but
bad.
there's 6 million movies where the sexes are the opposite."
But it's all bad. What happened to you, Richie?
No, it was just a guy. A guy groped me.
See how nobody wants to talk about it?
Right.
Yeah, no, it was fucking horrible. I don't know. It was weird.
Where did he touch you?
My dick.
Was the train packed?
I was super hungover. I was coming home from work one day, and I was standing up. Yeah, it was a packed train, packed like 6 train, going up to Union Square from Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed some guy was like rubbing up against my thigh.
Like
I could
with
feel his
crotch?
dick. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then the back of his hand grazed my dick.
Wow.
And he kept like positioning himself, and I was like turning away, but I was fucking like hungover and like passing out hungover. This is back when I was like doing coke till 4 or 5 in the morning, then going straight to work. So I was like just coming home, whatever. And here I am trying to make excuses for not acting on it, you know. But like no, and then like right before I was getting off at Union Square, he like fully reached around and like grabbed me.
Wow.
And he got off at Union Square too, and I started going one way, and then I just beelined it the other way. No idea. And then a friend of mine he's like, dude, you acted like a girl. I was like, no, I acted like a fucking victim. Like,
Right.
you don't know what to do, so you just walk away.
Yeah, you just wanted to stop first.
Yeah.
And then
You're just like, this isn't happening. And then it keeps happening, and you're like, what the fuck is like, what? So, yeah, no, it's just like, sorry.
That's pretty
I didn't mean
scary.
yeah, no, I mean, so I can empathize. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Didn't mean to
Keith, that never happened to you, did
interrupt
it?
or minimize.
Well, people look at me, they're like, "That's a man, I don't mess
Right.
around with that."
Right.
That's a guy with private time.
That's a guy who has private time with 11-year-olds.
Astoria girl said, "I think you should be able to relearn your public transit rights, similar to how you can relearn your driver's license after having it taken away due to repeated DUIs." I'd love to see that
Right?
class.
By the way,
Wait, rights?
repeated DUIs should also be like your license gets taken away.
Right.
You can't have repeated DUIs. You're killing people.
Yeah.
Just like a repeated DUI. A Dewey. That's how people call it on Long Island. I got a Dewey. That's how cute it is.
How do you prove that you know, hey, I've learned my lesson. I don't grope? Like, you'd have to test them, right? You'd put a woman in front of the guy, have the woman bend over.
No.
And if you do anything other than scratch out your own eyes, you fail.
What?
Yeah. No, I learned. I learned I'm not supposed to grope now. I'm ready.
Yeah, I don't know. I understand what you're saying because it's a mindset. So what would make you go, yeah, I shouldn't do that? You already know you shouldn't.
Well, yeah, it's an opportunistic impulsivity control thing. Like, this is a deep psychological issue with these people.
Right.
Like,
So how do you know when it changes?
I mean, you don't. I don't know. I don't know that a ban, I don't know that kicking them off the subway works, or if that can even be a thing. I mean,
They should have a car to themselves so they can just touch each other on their commute.
This is the pervert car.
yeah.
This is the consent car.
Right. You have your quiet car. You got your pervert car.
There, we solved everything.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm reading about a black hospital patient went on a walk with an IV drip. The police came over and thought that he was said that he was stealing equipment, and they arrested him. He's in a gown and everything. IV drip in his arm. He's carrying the thing on the wheels.
That means he can run like fucking hell.
Yeah.
Police
Wow,
arrest.
so when they put his hands in cuffs and they realize that there's a fucking wire coming through, is that when they wake up, or when they throw him in the car they wake up?
24 years old, Shaquille Dukes.
Oh, this poor guy, you're already in the hospital.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Again, gown and everything.
And you're so exposed. You're just, it feels like such shit. You're like, I'm going to get up and walk around because that's my treat.
Right.
That's insane.
I'm in a gown. You can't fool me.
Oh.
Dukes filed a complaint, quote, alleging unfair and biased conduct by responding officers. The department said it had retained an outside third-party investigator to gather the facts,
What?
interview all parties involved.
Did he get arrested in a gown or not?
Right.
Dude, cops are so worthless. I'm sorry. People
Sure.
might hate me for that, but cops are fucking worthless.
This was in Freeport, about 100 miles west of Chicago. He was in there for double pneumonia. Asked, hey, can I walk outside for a little bit? Hospital said, sure.
But he walked outside of the hospital?
Yeah. So he's out. He's like on the hospital grounds.
Oh, I see. It's a nice hospital. Oh, I guess it's not New York. I'm like, wait, he's on the concrete where all the traffic is? Oh, it's not New York.
Stepped up for some halal.
The police said, are you trying to leave the hospital and sell the IV equipment on eBay? That was the hello.
That's so specific.
Yeah.
God.
Are you doing what we expect you to do?
The first thing I said, let's see. I was livid. I was irate, says Dukes. The first thing he said to me wasn't, what's your name? Can I help you? But are you stealing this? Dukes said his boyfriend began recording the encounter, and Dukes was trying to explain this to the security guard that they were on a walk.
Good for the boyfriend, because these things happen so quickly and you're so nervous and you don't know if you're supposed to be helping your partner, but really the best thing you can do is just keep quiet and record it.
Right. Before his arrest, police officers took his emergency inhaler,
Oh my God.
and his IV was removed.
Oh my God.
They removed it, not the doctor
Oh
removed
my
it.
God.
The police removed it.
Oh my God.
But there's no police that, there's no doctor or nurse outside the hospital going, I'm going to remove it so you can arrest them.
Oh, that's right.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So they took it off of him. So he's such a clever thief that he wore the gown.
Mm-hmm.
He put the IV in.
Yeah.
Then let him go. He's just too good.
Because the high demand for
Saline.
used, saline, half a bag of saline.
Duke said he was kept in the back of the police car until paramedics arrived. He told CNN he was transported back to the hospital, this time in handcuffs. I bet you get like whatever color jelly you want after that, right?
Dude.
You get the good chicken.
I'll take red and orange, of course.
I get off on watching all those videos, and it just gets me so mad. Like all of the cop watch videos. But then you see the problem is you start doing the cop watch videos where it's like people of color and like
What kind of stuff are you looking at?
like illegal traffic stops, all that type of shit, or like black man harassed for being in his own neighborhood or whatever. Like just videotaping cops, and they get 8 officers out there because he's in his own neighborhood or whatever.
Right.
But then, unfortunately, you go down the YouTube wormhole, and you'll end up with the open carry guys. You ever seen this?
What's
Where
that?
they put on an AR-15 and go walk around until the cops stop them, but then they're like flexing their rights or whatever. It's the same type of, the same vein of video of just like antagonist. Well, one person is being alive, and that is antagonizing cops. And the other one is putting on an AR-15 and walking around to antagonize cops. But anyways.
Yeah, I was watching a black guy was had one of those litter sticks, and he was cleaning up trash.
Yeah.
And the white cops see him, and he goes, "Hey, what are you doing walking around here?" Like, "I'm picking up trash."
It was a student, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
student.
he's like, "Put your weapon down."
Yeah.
It's not
Who's
a weapon.
videotaping at that point?
Somebody else in the neighborhood.
Yeah. The owner of the building, or like some person that worked at the school had to come down and calm him down and everything. And it's like, hey, dude, clearly this is like so fucked up, but just chill out. This guy's like, I'm cleaning trash outside my apartment building. Insane.
Right? Like, if you saw some of this stuff in a movie, you'd be like, well, this is a little exaggerated. And it's not.
No.
You see somebody with an IV and you assume they're stealing it.
You see someone cleaning the streets and
what?
Well,
I don't know
and then
what.
the cops lie, and they're like, well, I have to make sure you're not committing a crime. No, that's not your job.
Right.
Your job is not to come up and make sure people aren't committing a crime. You can't do anything until you've seen a crime.
But also, okay, look, it's one thing. You're a cop, you're biased, that is you, but you're so fucking dumb that you don't think any camera is on
Right.
you. Like, you're so simple-minded that you don't think that you're going to get caught, and you're so privileged that you don't. Because if we look up what happens to these people, even though they're caught on camera, what do
Right.
you think happens? This 67-year-old has done that 70 times. How many times is a cop allowed to do it?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Here's a fun story. A 20-year-old man in India who was pronounced dead by MDs.
Oh, Keith.
Fun story.
Stunned relatives when he suddenly regained consciousness at his own funeral.
Fuck that. Oh, but that's the best
yeah,
time to
dude.
do it. Hey guys, what's up? Oh, you all here? Oh, I would make you guys just proceed with the whole fucking thing. What were you gonna say, Andrea? Did you write it down? Let's go. We're having a funeral for me right now. Are you kidding me?
Right.
And then I'm like, Keith, why aren't you crying? Did you already do that?
What I would do is I would come back to life and then kill myself in front of everybody.
So how's Richie doing?
Archbishop Fulton Sheen. He was a
good guy, right?
New York City-based Catholic televangelist. He died, and they're talking about making him a saint. And to be a saint, you had to have performed a miracle. And the miracle that the Vatican is saying that he was able to be part of was that an Illinois baby was a stillborn in 2010. The child had no heartbeat for more than an hour after birth. The family and him prayed for the baby. The heart started beating.
Oh, that means all other babies. Fuck you. I
Wow.
tried. God did.
Right.
And
God
then
didn't.
20 years later, that Indian boy
Went to a
died
hospital.
again. Turns out that's just something he does. He just dies occasionally.
He's actually the saint.
Right. Richie Tolway, you can follow online, Twitter and Instagram at Richie Tolway.
Yeah.
All right. And I go to the website. I see these trips and adventures you go on. I still love them.
Yeah, I just went to Barbados.
There, see? Unguidednations.com. Did you like Barbados?
Yeah, it was great.
Okay.
I ate fried chicken, laid on the beach, and then spent all night watching Family Feud.
Did you go by yourself?
No, with my friend Austin. I was like, hey, we were working a lot. I showed him what I do. I trained him and everything, and he's doing what I do now. And so we've been working a lot. And I was like, you want to go to Barbados? And he was like, where is it? And I was like, I don't know. He's like, yeah, let's go.
I think the pilot knows and we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Did you
yeah.
guys travel well together?
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah.
It was really good. Like, because normally when you travel with somebody, it's like a romantic partner. You're like, you go out for dinner or whatever. You don't just get to be a fat slob. With your best buddy, like, we were just eating fried chicken and ice cream and just, like, farting and watching Steve Harvey.
That's romantic.
Yeah. When it wasn't at all.
Steve
It was-
Harvey.
Yeah,
Family Feud.
Oh.
Hemda has feelings about
Show
Steve
me big
Harvey.
booty. Steve Harvey, dude.
He's such a dickhead.
He is, but he's the best Family Feud host that's ever existed.
Have you seen the others? They harass women the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't make out
Give me a
with
kiss.
women.
This one just says women are beneath him, so why would he kiss
And
them?
you had Louis Anderson, who's just like, ugh. No one wants to look at that.
I guess read that for me. I don't know. I thought I knew.
This Monday, join us for our chat party. Join us for our newlywed game. The losing couple will break up.
Great.
Oh, cool. I've been wanting to spice things up. Don't forget, if you like the show, share it. Buy Keith's album. I'm Dating Your Mom.